Hello, my name is Heather Sills, and for my Stochastic Models project, I am doing a confidence interval for the weight of yellow nectarine. The sample was gathered from two different stores. The first 15 were gathered from H-E-B and picked from two separate boxes. The second 15 were from Walmart and picked from the top, bottom, and middle of the only crate. To weigh this sample, the scales were set to 0 and the nectarines were weighed individually. After gathering the sample data, we check the conditions for the central limit theorem. The first condition is independence. For random sampling, we cannot truly say that this was random since we only went to two stores and the nectarines were gathered out of one or two boxes. However, we are going to assume randomness for this testing. As far as sample size, there are yellow nectarines in many stores across the country, so we can assume the sample is less than 10% of the population. As for normality, since we have 30 samples and no extreme outliers, we can assume that this meets the requirements for the central limit theorem. At this point, we begin calculations. We get the mean by adding the weights of all the nectarines and dividing by the total number of nectarines. This leaves us with a mean of 0.488 pounds. And then we can get the standard deviation for the sample, which is 0.076 pounds for our case. From here, we can find our degrees of freedom, which is 29 for our case. And because we're going to have two tails because of our confidence interval, we can find that our t-star is 2.05. We can also gather our standard error, which is going to be 0.014, and find our confidence interval, which is going to be from 0.459 to 0.516 pounds. We can now say that we are 95% confident that the average weight of a yellow nectarine is between 0.459 and 0.516 pounds. Doing this study, we find that the average weight does not reflect the sample weights well. There are two main ways we can fix this. First, we can use a larger sample. Second, we should use a more random sample. There are only two stores in my area. However, sampling several stores over a large area would provide a more random sample and would help the study seem more accurate. Thank you for your time.